Hey guys, thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin Hippos. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo, and I've actually been sitting on this information for about 2 weeks, just kind of holding on to it until such a time I had an extra day to do a video for you guys and share this with you. And what I want to talk about is really good customer service and just always being professional. I know that this is something I've talked about before, and I know I've done videos on this before, but I cannot stress the importance of, number one, keeping your emotions out of your business. Anytime that you send messages or communicate with buyers in any way, you need to conduct yourself 1000% professionally like a business. You cannot be a person, you cannot be a human being, you cannot have emotions, you cannot go into it like you personally are talking to somebody or having an argument with somebody. You need to 100% act like you're a business and be professional. Number one, like I said, is keep your emotions out of it. Number two is to always remain professional. And number three, the biggest tip I would give you is to write your responses in third person because it sounds more professional and it sounds more business-like. When you say things like, that is against our company policy, it is our company policy, we are very sorry that you're not happy with the purchase, we will accept the return, anything like that, whenever you speak in third person, you sound like a bigger business. And I don't care if you're a one-person show and you work out of your living room, you should always write your messages and communicate with your buyers in third person to give off the impression that you are a business and that you're not just one person. And the reason it's so important is because you can diffuse people immediately. You can diffuse them before they become angry or out of control with you. And what I'm going to do is show you, I'm going to screen share with you some messages that we recently had with a buyer where their first message was very aggressive, very accusatory, and when we responded to them in a very professional, non-emotional, third-party way, he actually wrote back and said, "You are making it hard for me to be angry with you because you are so professional." And at the end of the day, he went away. He clearly was fishing for a partial. He made it sound like he would return the item, but he knew it would be an inconvenience to himself and us if we would just refund him partial. And we said, that's against our policy, and he went away. We never heard from him again. But I wanted to share this with you for about 2 weeks now, just because it started out with him attacking us and being accusatory and being angry, and you could tell he was aggressive, you could tell he was looking for a fight, he was fishing for a partial refund. And because we responded like I tell you guys to, professionally, non-emotionally, he went away. He went away and he actually said, "I can't be mad at you because you're so professional." So I want to actually share the messages with you. So I will share my screen with you guys and show you the messages and read them over with you and let you see how that whole thing panned out. But it is so, so, so important to conduct yourself professionally and keep your emotions out of your business. It will alleviate so much stress out of your life. It can diffuse situations. It can make people go away who are just looking for a fight. Because if we would have responded to him the way many of you would have, in first person with emotions, you would have ended up in a fight and you would have ended up with an item not as described and possibly negative feedback. He ended up giving us positive feedback also. I should add that. He also ended up giving us positive feedback. But had we responded with the first person or the rising to his aggression or being argumentative in any way or having any kind of emotions, the whole situation would have went a different way. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'll show you all the messages. I'll read them over with you. So the first message we received from his says, "This apparently is from the Buffalo David Boys collection, not the men's. It is a kid size extra large, not a men's, as stated in the auction. Please advise on how you would like to move forward. Thank you for your attention in this matter. Respectfully," and then his name. So we responded with, "Hello, we are sorry to hear that you are unhappy with your purchase. While we are confident that this is a men's shirt and not a boy's, as it fits properly on our adult mannequin, we do offer free returns. Please open a return for does not fit, and we will refund you when the shirt arrives. Thanks and have a nice day. The Hippo Hut Team. To which he responded, see, now you're being argumentative about being confident it's a men's shirt, and out of principle making me do this research. See the photos below. The shoulder measurement on a men's small is 18 inches, and the shirt that you sold me is only 16 inches. Again, see photo. So this isn't even a small, let alone a men's extra large. This is a kid's shirt. You, like me, have 100% positive feedback, so quibbling with me about your mannequin doesn't seem smart. Oh, and stating that you offer free returns like that's a perk that you offer. Every seller on eBay is required to do free returns as of about 2 years ago, regardless of what their stated return policy is. This entire process is completely unacceptable. So several things with this message. If we wanted to respond with emotions or not third party or not professionally or not like a business, there's several things in here we could have argued with him about. Number one, a small child's shirt is not going to fit on a men's extra large mannequin. And you don't measure the shirt, the shoulder width to decide what size it is. Everyone knows you measure the chest. He didn't know that apparently, but you measured the chest. So we could have argued further with him. We could have said our mannequin is actually a men's large or extra large mannequin. You don't measure the shoulder width, you measure the chest. We could have argued with him about that. We could have brought up the fact that he's implying that he's going to leave negative if he doesn't get his way. He threatened right there. It doesn't seem smart to quibble with me because you have 100% feedback. So we could have, argued about that. And the fact that he thinks that everyone has been required for 2 years to offer free returns is completely incorrect. That is 1000% wrong. Free returns is still optional. It's only been a thing for like less than a year. It's, he might be thinking of item not as described. That might be what he's thinking of, where you can be forced to take the return. So there's plenty of stuff in his response here that could have triggered us to have emotions or an argumentative response to him. But let me show you how we responded. We responded short, sweet, and very simple. Absolutely no arguing, no emotions, 1000% pure professional response. We did not even bring up any of his points or argue with him at all or mention where he may or may not have been wrong. This response is a cookie cutter response, is how I like to call them. It's one size fits all. It's a cookie cutter. You can send it to anybody from any business, and it's just going to cover a bunch of different scenarios without being personal. It says, again, if you are unhappy with your item, we offer free returns. Please open a return for fit. Use the label provided, and once we receive the item in the same condition it was shipped, we will refund you in full per eBay's return policy. Have a lovely evening. And then he responded, you're making it really hard to be upset about this by being so professional. How would you feel about refunding me $3 for the shipping and I keep the shirt? My son can wear it next year or whenever he grows into it. Just so you don't think this is me scamming you or whatever, I went ahead and left 5-star positive feedback. If that doesn't work for you, I'll just return it and you still have the positive feedback. No worries. Thank you for being so professional. So you can see that we absolutely diffused him. He was looking for a fight. He wanted to argue. He was threatening to leave negative feedback. He was insinuating that he was going to do an item not as described. And because we did the non-emotional professional response, he says, you're making it really hard to be upset by being so professional. But then he's clearly fishing for a partial refund here. And this is where many of you would have given in because it's not worth the time, it's not worth the effort, it's not worth getting the shirt back and trying to resell it. One of many thousands of excuses so many of you use to go ahead and give in to these buyers and give these partial refunds. And you guys know that I'm really against that. That's my one soapbox I have. Do not give in to these buyers. You are the ones creating the monsters that try to scam and get these partial refunds. And I think that many of you at this point in the communication would have said, well, I'll just give them $3. It's not worth it. Watch this. We responded again with, ooh, no, I did not cover his name. That's what's taking so long. I can't show his name legally. We responded with, "Hello, it is against our company and eBay's policy to offer partial refunds without a return of the original item. While we understand it's a bit of an inconvenience, we would like you to return the item to us utilizing the doesn't fit option to generate your free return label. Once we receive the item, we'll be happy to refund you in full. Apologize that you were not satisfied with the shirt. We do strive to keep all of our buyers 100% happy, even if it means a return. Have a lovely weekend, the Hippo Hut." And guess what? We never heard from him again. He went away. He did not open a return and return the shirt to us because he didn't want to return the shirt to us. He wanted to keep that shirt, and he made up an elaborate lie about how it didn't fit him and it must be a kid size. And when being angry at us and threatening negative feedback and being aggressive didn't get him his way, which he was hoping to get a refund right there, when we were professional and very nice to him, he changed his gears and said, "Oh, well, how about I just keep it for my kid and get a partial refund?" We called his bluff again and told him it is against our policy. If you return it, we will refund you in full. And guess what? He never returned it. He went away. So your lesson here is to, number one, always be professional in your communication. But number two, this will be the 1,537th time I've said this to you guys, and it will not be the last. Number two, do not give in to people fishing for partial refunds. This guy clearly wanted the shirt and some money back. And I would say that more than half of the time, when we call people's bluffs, this is exactly what happens. They go away, we never hear from them again because they want that item. They just want a partial refund. And you know why they try for the partial refunds? Because so many other sellers give in to them. And if they've gotten away with it once, they're going to try it a second time and a third time and a fourth time. If enough of us do what we do, and I know a lot of my subscribers agree with me and also don't give in and give the partials, it would go away. The problem would stop. People don't try to do things that they can't get away with. Anyway, I have entire videos and live shows about the partial refunds. It is my soapbox. I do get very, testimonial about it. But I just wanted to let you guys see these communications just to show you that, number one, when you're professional, you can diffuse a situation, absolutely. And number two, when you call their bluff, when they're clearly fishing for a partial, he kept the shirt, we kept the money. We could have been out $3. We could have gave in to him, but we didn't. So that is what I wanted to show you guys. Hey guys, so those were the messages that I just wanted to share with you guys because I think it is so important that we always remain professional, and I cannot stress that enough. I've made so many videos about it. I talk about it all the time, and I still see people getting emotional over messages from buyers, still responding in first person, still engaging in arguments or rising to the aggression, and you really just shouldn't do that. Your business, whether you're one person in a basement or you have a warehouse and 5 employees, you are a business and you should always conduct yourself professionally. You should never ever enter into an argument with a customer. Stay with that third party cookie cutter responses and repeat yourself 10 times if you have to about company policy, but don't engage with them because that really could have gone a whole different way. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, guys, and hit that like button before you leave. It does help the channel. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media, and you can join our Facebook group by clicking on the link down in the description. Until next time, you guys, go be productive, go make some money, and have a good night.